Greetings and welcome. And thank you for stopping by here on YouTube at Bloom from Within Love. If you are logging in on the original air date, it is finally November. It is Tuesday, November the 1st, 2022, wherever you are on the globe. And we are wrapping this year up. Collective, this may be a message for somebody. I had a dream. In this particular dream, I saw who this man was. In this dream, this is a man that was attempting some type of murder or some type of vengeance. And I actually saw who they were. But this is how they came. I don't know if this is past, present, or future, energy. They were in some type of a delivery truck, like they were delivering, either truck driving, delivering something, some type of travel services. So it was kind of under the guise of some type of a delivery. They had a gun. They arrived to wherever this location is, I guess, the person that they're attempting to murder. And it looks like they were trying to get into the door. I don't know if the door was, it was hard to tell if they stopped at a gas station and they were trying to do this at a gas station, or if it was just implying some type of travel. But they were trying to get into uh, the door so they could, I saw their gun. I saw their gun on their hip. Okay. So it looks like they were trying to disguise that. But I saw the gun. I don't know who it was they're after because it looks like I was just overseeing the dream. Okay. So I'm not sure. And whoever they are after ended up closing the door and locking it, like locking themselves in there or barricading themselves in there. So then this person then commenced strategies to break in. The person that was inside, either they went into a stall or to a room or something, like trying to figure out a way, basically just in case the person did break through. Now, the person ends up breaking through. The person that they were looking for kept seeming to somehow get away. And I'm not sure why. They just kept seeming to somehow get away. And it was driving this killer man person mad. Okay, because they would get in and then they thought they found the person, and then as soon as they got in and tried to get to the location within, then that person seemed to have got away again. And then it shifted scenes to where the person, this murderous person, man that was trying to get to somebody to kill them, they ended up going insane, like literally. And they put the gun to their own head. Now, dreams can often be symbolic, even when they're foreseeing future, but in some cases, this is literal, where it like may literally play out like this, or something with the same undertone. In other words, someone, that's attempting to murder, attempting to kill somebody, going to extremes to do it, because that's what was playing out. They were going to extremes. They were disguising themselves as delivery people, as helpful people, as someone trying to bring a package, you know. But whoever that they were after kept catching on, if you will, right? Lock the door. So that's like a form of self protection or protection. Then they bust through, and then they still couldn't quite get to the person. Every time they got close, then the person seem to get away. And this was driving this murderous person, insane. Like, as I watched them, they were getting extremely aggravated, extremely frustrated, like totally with the whole thing. And towards the end of the dream, they had gotten to the level of so much frustration, so much madness, because they couldn't, you know, they couldn't kill the person that they kept trying to kill. Okay. They ended up putting a gun to their head. Yeah. And as soon as I saw that part, that's when, the whole thing was over. I woke up or I popped up. So, collective, all I want to say is, we did close out a lot of cycles in October, and many of us are still closing out cycles. But the thing about that is, if you all are dealing with any dangerous people, insane people, lunatic, psychopath, sociopath type of people, you know that you are dealing with that. As I have said on many readings and teachings, these are not people that just wake up and become reformed individuals. Okay, usually they're narcissists, malignant narcissists. Okay, so these are not people that just wake up and decide, I'm reformed. Oh, well, it didn't work out. I'm just going to go on in life and heal and what wooty woo. Oh, I'm just going to go get therapy. And, they may put on those shows so they can seem like they're normal and balanced people, to the public so no one will suspect them of acting that way. But you all know who these individuals are, or you suspect you know who these individuals are. Okay. And they self destruct, collective. I've said this because a lot of times people were trying to appease these folks, hoping to stop them from doing some of this insane stuff, but they never stop. And even as you're appeasing them, they're still doing the same things that they're telling you that they're not doing. Okay, because again, they're not right. They're obsessed and they're fixated. Some of them just want to win at all costs. Some of them just want to cover up some type of illegal activity, and they feel like if they can kill people off, then this is going to, take care of any evidence ever showing up of whatever they've done. Okay. Some people just want to get rid of so-called competition. Okay, so that's the mind of lunatics. And so I just want to say, if you're on the receiving end, it sounds like you guys are protecting yourself, or you're being shown how to protect yourself, or your guides and ancestors are, constantly intervening for you. Okay, because in the dream, they just couldn't quite get to you. They would get close, but something kept happening. So they would get to you. Somehow you would know it, or your ancestors, and then you would be protected. The door was closed and locked. Then they would break in and then get close, and then somehow you still got away. Okay. And it's frustrating them. But know that you are protected. Continue to do, if you are doing, protection rituals, return to sender, if you are asking the ancestors to step in and assist you and intervene and all of that, that it is working. Okay. It is working. If you're making changes, maybe some of you have moved and relocated. Maybe some of you are planning to move. Maybe that's what that was about. So, you're on the right path. You're being protected to do that. And, but just want to affirm and confirm to you all, you're not crazy. You know what you've experienced. And just prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. Um, if, it gets to that end, because some of these people are losing it. Okay. If it gets to that end where, out of their sheer frustration of not being able to get to you, find you, or kill you, they just snap, whether it be an accident, because sometimes suicide can be an accidental suicide as well. Because some of them may not be as brave or as bold to like just sit there and like literally do it, but it may be something that, since they're so volatile and so out of control of themselves, um, they end up literally destroying themselves, self destruct physically. Okay, so if you get wind, news, or something, maybe within the next, few months or so, just start preparing yourself now, love on yourself, keep those boundaries up, stay grounded, because it's not for you to feel sorry. Okay? You have a right to live, okay? You have a right to be here. You have a right to persevere. And from what it feels like, it's just individuals who can't take a loss. Individuals who, um, you know what I'm saying, don't know how to just leave people alone. Individuals who don't respect people's boundaries. Professional artists, criminals, dark witches, and warlocks. People who've gotten involved with dark witches and warlocks, because that person could very well be under the spell of a dark witch or warlock doing their bidding, okay, and not even know it because they may not believe it. And you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of unfortunate, but sometimes this is the universe balancing things out as well. Because again, collective, most of you have been doing the work and you have a right to live and be here and be free and not be tormented and fucking chased and, by lunatics that just, can't stand being told no or can't stand losing. And in some cases where these people have gotten exposed, they're mad because they're exposed. But don't you feel bad about that, because if people didn't want to be exposed, they shouldn't have done fucked up shit. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. If people didn't want to be seen as whatever it is, whether they were thieves, con artists, criminals, whether they, you know what I'm saying, was whores, whether they were whatever, people that beat up people, bounty hunters, killers, whatever it is, if they didn't want to be viewed as whatever that shit is, then they shouldn't have been it. And the issue is probably these folks have been living this way for a long time. And because there was not an immediate effect to their conduct, they felt like they can live their whole lives like this without reaping some type of consequence. And in some of these people's cases, they are starting to reap the consequences and they're mad about it. So I just want to say, keep moving forward. You all are protected from what I see in this dream. Continue to work with your guidance team. Continue to use wisdom. Continue to, if legal things are necessary, continue to keep records of all phone calls, text messages, um, all social media activities. Continue to report that. If you need a restraining order against groups of individuals, continue to keep your information and get these restraining orders and whatever it is you're feeling guided to do. Okay. But this stuff is going to drive these people mad. Essentially, their obsession with trying to kill is going to, basically end up some of their own demises, some of their own deaths, because they're going to freaking lose it. All right. And something's going to happen and then they're out of here. Okay. All right, you guys. Namaste.